All right, so we just got off the lake. The bite really kind of died off, and we've never really been on that lake before, so it was kind of tough to figure it out. We got into some fish, which was super cool, but it kind of shut down, and we decided to bail because we had a long drive back. But we came back to the cabin. We're staying at this really sick cabin here. We're staying at the Root Cellar on Lake Gogebic right now. Apparently this place is like a freaking snowmobile mecca because there are hundreds of snowmobiles here. There's like trailers everywhere. Luckily it sets up really good for us because there's tons of places like park all our gear and stuff. But our cabin is literally like right on the snowmobile trail. So there's just like sleds ripping by. The lake is right outside our window. This place is really sweet. So we got this awesome setup to cook here. We're really excited about that. And we're in Michigan. We're in the UP. So it seemed only fitting we do something from Michigan. So today we're doing pasties, and we're doing them a little bit different than normal. It's normally kind of a dense little hand pie situation with some ground meat and root vegetables. So we're using the crappie fillets that we caught today, fresh meat in the sink right now. And I'm gonna prep some vegetables. We're gonna use a puff pastry shell, kind of keep it a little bit lighter. We got some potatoes, some carrots, and some leeks that we're gonna put in there, a little broccolini on the side, and it's gonna be delicious. We're gonna start making this right now. We'll get it together really quick, get it in the oven, and we're gonna eat really quick. Here we go. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is start to kind of julienne all of these vegetables. That's really not that complicated. All we're gonna do is cut them down to really thin little strips. I'm gonna start with the potatoes and then do the carrots and the leeks. And all we're gonna do after that is saute them in a pan with a little butter and garlic and add a little bit of cream to that to just thicken it up and make a nice little filling for our pies. And then I'm gonna chunk up the fish fillets. We're gonna get them seasoned up and get everything put together. So I'm gonna get to cutting on these veg right now, and we'll get everything put together. Okay, so I got all the veg prepped up here. We got the potatoes, we got some carrots and some leeks chopped up here. And like I said, I want to do really small strips because I want them to cook really quickly and evenly. So what I'm gonna do is take all of this and go into a pan behind me. We're gonna just saute everything to kind of wilt it down a little bit, get it nice and soft. And I'm gonna put a little bit of cream in there to make it kind of a sauce. I don't want to be too wet though, because we are gonna put this inside of a puff pastry shell with the fish. So I'm gonna get that rolling. We're gonna go over to the stove, get this sauteed up. Okay, so the vegetables are cooking down nicely. I got some heavy whipping cream right here. What I'm gonna do is add about a half a cup into here, and then I'm gonna season it with a little salt and pepper. But also what I'm gonna do is add some catch and cook into here. So if you're new to the channel, we love these catch and cook seasonings. There's a couple of them right here. So I got the whiteout and the campfire. One is a garlic seasoning, the other one is a smoked salt. I love that smoked salt one especially. The garlic seasoning is really great too. So I'm gonna use both of these, about a teaspoon of each one into this, get it all mixed in. If you'd like to try this stuff out, this is great stuff. They also make fish breading as well. We have a discount code, Crappie10 is the discount. So if you wanna try this out, use it on their website and you can get a sweet discount. But I'm gonna get some of this in here. This is just about ready to go. And then I'm gonna let this pan cool down just a little bit. Once it's cool, I'm gonna prep the fish, cook that, or we're not gonna cook the fish till it's in the puff pastry, but I'm gonna get this ready to go and put it all together. Okay, so now I'm gonna prep the fish. I got the veg ready to rip. I got a bowl of fillets sitting here, so what I'm gonna do is pull a few fillets out. These are nice fillets. We had some really nice eaters today. I'm gonna probably use about, I don't know, 3/4 of a pound here, maybe about a pound, so it'll be probably anywhere from 6 to 8 fillets. And what I'm gonna do is just chunk them up, so I'm gonna grab a knife right now and just start breaking these fillets down into basically bite-sized chunks. Get a little catch and cook seasoning on them, and we're good to go. All right, so the key to a pasty is a nice flaky crust basically on the pocket itself. So what I'm using today is puff pastry, which I don't think is necessarily traditional for making these, but with fish, because it's just a much lighter meat, and we're trying to keep the flavors really light and just nice in this one. I got some puff pastry that I'm gonna roll out here. I got a little bit of flour, so what I'm gonna do is, I don't really have to roll it, it's actually nice and thin already, but I'm gonna take it off of this baking paper that it's on, just flour the counter just a little bit, get it down there, and I'm gonna split each one into thirds, and then I'll fill them up, and we'll get them crimped up. I got a little egg wash here to kind of seal things up, but first thing I'm gonna do is get the flour on the counter, and then get a puff pastry sheet laid out. Okay, so I got the puff pastry laid out here. I basically just cut the sheet into thirds. I'm probably gonna end up making 2 sheets worth of this, but each one's gonna be a third of a sheet of puff pastry. And what I'm gonna start with is just a good spoonful of our vegetable mixture. And you don't wanna overfill these too crazy bad because we do wanna crimp the edges. And we want it to be full of fish too. So probably do about that much. What I'd say is probably a little over 1/4 cup of vegetables. And then what I'm gonna do is do about the same amount of fish in there. And this is already seasoned, but it's not cooked yet. So what's gonna happen is this is gonna be a pocket. The steam inside will cook the fish and everything will be done. So what I'm gonna do now is take this end and fold it over the top. And then starting on the corner, I have a bowl here with a little bit of egg wash in it. So it's just 1 beaten egg and a little bit of cream. And what I'm gonna do is just use my finger and brush it on the seam there, around the whole thing. And what that's gonna do is allow the puff pastry to stick together. And once it cooks, it'll form a nice little seal in there. And I'm gonna start on one corner and just fold it up and over. And this will create a nice little seam that will seal everything inside. So a traditional pasty, like I said, is not made with puff pastry. It'd be more of a pie crust type dough. So this one is gonna rise a little bit more and become a little bit more flaky. And I will, on the top, just using my knife, just poke one little vent hole in the top, just to let out some of that steam and moisture as it cooks. So I'm gonna get all these made up and then get them onto a lined baking sheet and get them in the oven. Okay, so I got 6 of them made up here, ready to go. I got those little slits in the top just to kind of vent the steam a little bit. So I'm gonna get them nice and nestled into this pan here. I got the, just a little baking, like parchment kind of paper underneath of it there, so just to keep it from sticking down. Get these on here, and then I'm gonna use the rest of that egg wash to just brush on the top. And what that's gonna do is brown them up really, really nice. So they're gonna look great when they come off, get a nice little crust on them. And once the egg wash is on, I'll probably just sprinkle them with just a little bit of kosher salt. So, just nice and lightly, you don't have to go crazy here. But that little bit of egg and cream will just brown up like crazy on there. I got the oven behind me preheating to about 425, so they'll go in there for about 15 or so minutes. Pretty much you're just waiting for the puff pastry to start looking really nice and golden brown, and it'll rise up quite a bit. The steam will cook the fish very quickly, so you don't have to worry about that. Everything should be wrapped up in about 15 minutes in the oven. Whew. It's hot. Okay, 15 minutes. Okay, so I got a few bunches of broccolini here. I'm just gonna cut them a little bit just to take some of the stem off. And then I'm gonna throw them in a saute pan with a little bit of oil and just a little bit of minced garlic, a little bit of salt and pepper, and that'll be done. That only takes a couple minutes. So get these ready to go about the same time the pasties are done in the oven. The broccolini will be done, we'll plate everything up. Okay, so that didn't take very long and we still got about 10 minutes left on the pasties in the oven. So what I'm gonna do is just whip up a little bit of a cream sauce here. So I have a red onion, I'm gonna mince it up super fine. I have some more of that heavy cream, and then I have some butter. So what I'm gonna do is take about 4 tablespoons of butter and just cut them into 1 tablespoon chunks. I'm gonna saute a little bit of this red onion, super finely minced like I said, get it in this pan, add the cream, and then 1 tablespoon at a time I'm gonna mix in the butter. And I'm gonna use a little bit of the Catch and Cook whiteout seasoning in there as well. And that's gonna create this really, really rich butter cream sauce that's got some onion and a little bit of garlic seasoning in it. It's gonna be delicious, and that's what's gonna go on the pasty. So I'm gonna get that together, mince this onion up, and we'll be ready to go. All right, these are looking super good. Nice and golden brown on the top. Heck yeah. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plate up with just some of this cream sauce down first, right on the plate. And I'm gonna actually just kind of set the pasty right on top of it. So it'll kind of start soaking into the bottom. And this will be a delicious way to eat this thing. Just like that. I'll take one of these pasties and set it right on top of there. And then we'll just take a little bit of this broccolini on the side and just make a really nice plate here. So after a long day on the ice, that is a freaking bomb way to end it right there. Fresh crappies in a pasty, a little cream sauce, and some fresh broccolini. So we're gonna tear these apart. I'll cut one open so you can see what it looks like on the inside. And I know that they're gonna be freaking good. So let's go. All right, so we're all plated up here. I'm just gonna cut one of these open. So all those vegetables will have cooked down and gotten really nice and soft. Like I said, we kind of sauteed them just a little bit, and that fish steamed in the pocket there. So that's what they look like on the inside. Fish is beautifully cooked. We got a nice little layer of that kind of creamy vegetable mixture right underneath of it. And the puff pastry is looking really, really nice, golden brown and crispy. So Bart, I'm gonna have you try this one. You have not gotten first dibs on one of these in a very long time. You probably need a fork, eh?
Yeah, a fork, maybe.
Fork it up.
Fork. All right, I am pumped right now. Oh my God, dude, this is gonna burn my face up.
Yeah, it's gonna be very hot.
Yeah. We'll get
First
some of that
shot
sauce.
of the pasty here.
Extremely hot. Very, very, very good. Very good. Very hot.
Very hot.
Very hot.
So
definitely cooked through in the middle. But delicious. So what we're gonna do now is we need to crush these and get ready to go fish tomorrow. I'm dead. You can probably see right now, like the whole editing for like 5 days in a row has caught up with me. I need to get to bed, but the great thing about tomorrow is we're fishing right out the front door.